Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Anne and today I'm giving you my TBR for the Gilmore Girls Readathon. This is a readathon that runs from the 15th to the 22nd of November and it is of course inspired by Gilmore Girls and all the prompts have to do with Gilmore Girls. And this is my first time participating and I don't really know all that much about this readathon. I came across it on Instagram and I was immediately excited because Gilmore Girls is one of my all-time favorite TV shows. I'm currently rewatching everything with my boyfriend. We've been doing that for quite a while actually. We're now on season 7, so the last season. So anyway, this readathon, I'm really excited about it. I love Gilmore Girls, I love a readathon. They always give me this push to read more, but not in a pushy way. It's just that having prompts to fulfill and goals to reach in this fun way, like surrounding a theme, always makes me enjoy reading just a little bit more. So for this readathon you can choose between following a list of prompts or going for the bingo board, and I decided to go for the list of prompts. There are 6 prompts I think, and then one sort of prompt, but it's more like an activity to do during the week, and I'll read them to you now. Read a book set in a small town. Read a book that features a mother-daughter relationship. Read a book set during fall or winter. Read a book with complicated love interests. Read a book by an Asian author or a book that has Asian representation. Read the next book in a series you haven't finished. And then the activity thing is bake a fall treat and watch your favorite episode. I'm not sure which is my favorite episode, but I think it will be from season 3, I think it is. Anyway, the season that has Jess in it, because I love Jess. Even though he was a bit of a dickhead, but still, I love him. So anyway, these are the prompts, and you can double up on the prompts, so read one book that fits multiple prompts, and I'm going to do that because there's no way I can read 6 books in 7 days. I think the most I've ever reached is 5 books in 7 days, and that was during a week where I didn't have to work and had nothing else going on. And sure, we're in the middle of a pandemic, I don't have that much going on, but I do have to work, and that does take up a lot of my time. But anyway, enough rambling, I'm going to show you the books I'll be reading. So I picked out 3 books that together will fit all 6 of the prompts, and the first book is The Scorpio Races by Maggie Stiefvater. This book has been on my TBR for a long time. I have read The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater, I've read Call Down the Hawk, and I've read All the Crooked Saints, but this is one of her earlier books. It's a standalone fantasy novel and I haven't read it yet, and I know Kate from Paper Fury really loves this. She adores this book and I love Maggie Stiefvater. So I really want to read this, but for some reason I just never get around to it. I'm not sure why, but now I'm very happy that I can fit it for 2 of the prompts. Although I have to say one of the prompts is a bit of a reach. Let me get the prompts again. I'm reading this for the prompt read a book set during fall or winter because this book is set in November. Actually, the very first sentence of this book is, it is the first day of November and so today someone will die. So that is not only a very good sentence, it's also a great reason to read this for that prompt. And the other prompt I'm reading this for is read a book set in a small town. Now technically I don't know if that is true. I did some googling, but I didn't want to spoil myself for this book. And I know that this book is set on a small island. So I'm going to count that because I don't want to add a 4th book to my TBR. Although maybe one of the other books will fit this prompt as well, but I'm not sure. And now let me tell you what this book is about. I don't really know that much about it. I know that it is set on an island and I know that it's about the Scorpio races, which take place each year. And they're races that have to do with racing water horses, savage water horses it says. And this is a very dangerous race. And 2 of the characters participating in this race are, I think, the main characters. One of them has won the race the previous year, so he has already proved that he can tame these savage water horses and that he is able to do this. And the other one is a girl who wants to race the horses to save her family. I'm not sure in what way, but the stakes are high for her, that's for sure. And that's pretty much all I know about this. I'm expecting a very atmospheric read because it is Maggie Stiefvater. I'm expecting great writing and I'm really looking forward to finally reading this. The second book I'll be picking up during the readathon is The Astonishing Color of After by Emily X.R. Pan. This is another book that has been on my TBR for a while, though not as long as The Scorpio Races. And also this cover is just so beautiful. I love looking at this. But I'll be reading this book for 2 prompts as well. The first prompt is read a book that features a mother-daughter relationship, and the second prompt is read a book by an Asian author or a book that has Asian representation. This is a book about a girl named Lee, and she loses her mother because she commits suicide. And Lee has to deal with that grief and the pain of losing her mother that way. And she travels to Taiwan to meet her grandparents for the very first time. And I don't really know all that much more about the book, but it does feature a mother-daughter relationship, even though it is a little different than the one in Gilmore Girls. And this book was written by an American Asian author. Emily X. Arpan is actually the daughter of Taiwanese immigrants in America, and I read that she wrote this book as a kind of tribute to her Taiwanese grandmother. And a lot of it takes place in Taiwan as well. Lee herself obviously has Taiwanese roots, so I'm really looking forward to reading this. I think it's going to be a bit of a heavy read, what with the topic, but I also think it's going to be quite beautiful. And then the last book I'll be picking up during the readathon is a graphic novel, because 3 novels would be a bit too much to ask, I think. And that graphic novel is Fables Volume 3, Storybook Love. This is, like I said, the 3rd volume in the Fables series, and this is a series that surrounds a community of characters from fairy tales, from stories and fables, who have been outcast of their own world by a dark force, and they are living in the real world, mostly in New York. I think the first 2 volumes were set partly in New York, and they are trying to survive there without making their true identities known to the real world, to the other people. And it's a very interesting setup, and I love the first 2 volumes, especially the first one, and I'm really looking forward to reading this 3rd one. I'm going to be reading this for the prompt read a book in a series that you haven't finished, and read a book with complicated love interests. And since this one is called Storybook Love, I figured it would probably have some complicated love interests. My boyfriend is actually reading this right now, and he confirmed that that is the case, so that fits perfectly. So those were the 3 books I'm planning on reading during the week-long readathon. I hope I'll be able to get to them all, but I think if I devote most of my time to reading them, I'll be fine. I'm also planning on vlogging during the week, because it seems like a nice cozy readathon to vlog, and the 7th prompt, the bake a fall treat and watch your favorite episode, seems like a fun thing to vlog as well. So watch out for that in a couple of weeks. I'm really looking forward to this readathon. It sounds like a lot of fun, and I think we can all use a bit of a distraction. So this is definitely a fun distraction for me. If you're participating in the readathon as well, please let me know what you're reading down below. And if you're participating in any other fun readathons, let me know as well. And please like this video if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of me. And have a wonderful day. Bye!